Hey everyone, how you all doing? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is that time again to let my TBR jar choose my monthly TBR. I did this for the first time last month and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it did not go so well. I only read one book off of my chosen TBR and yeah, I mean it's only April 21st as I'm filming this, so there is still time for me to read more off of the TBR, but you guys know me, I'm a mood reader through and through, so sometimes I get a little off track, but that's okay. You know, I've still done some good reading in April and we're here to try again for May. Hopefully this goes a little bit better. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't feeling super great about the TBR that we chose last month anyways, so maybe we'll get a better TBR this month. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. So there are no like new releases this month that I'm like particularly feeling like I want to read. There is Friends with Benefits by Marissa Cantor and I would like to get to that one. I have it pre-ordered, but it's not like top priority, so I do have my bullet journal here open so that I don't forget about it, because I did forget about the new releases last month. Without further ado, let's just pull out some prompts and figure out what the TBR is for this month. I think we're gonna stick to the 6 prompts like I did last month. That seems like a good healthy number, so let's just pick out our first prompt. I really hope that it's a good one. Okay, this one is sticking to my finger. It's a small one, so what is it? Oh, okay, this is an easy one. Yay, this perfect. So the prompt is a 2025 release. So obviously I could go with Friends with Benefits by Marissa Cantor, but let me pull off a couple of other books off my shelf that have come out this year that I have not yet read. Actually, no. So you know what? I'm gonna go real easy for this one, and I think I am just gonna choose Friends with Benefits by Marissa Cantor. It comes out May 6th, so I should get my pre-order with plenty of time left in the month to read it. So, oh my god, that worked out perfectly. Maybe this is gonna go better this month. I hope so. So Friends with Benefits is our first pick for the TBR jar for a 2025 release. Okay, second TBR jar pick. Let's go. Okay. Oh, this one. This is the winner chicken dinner. Blurbed by a favorite author. I feel like this is gonna take a little bit of searching on the bookshelves, so I'm gonna do that real quick and see what we can get to. I don't know, I'm just gonna kind of look to my shelves, see what's calling to me, and then hopefully it's blurbed by a favorite author. So I'm gonna go take a look. The issue is I don't even know what kind of mood I'm currently in. That's always an issue. Like, am I in a YA romance mood? Am I in a fantasy mood? Oh my god, I don't know. Am I in a thriller mood? Okay, so I picked off 2 options from the bookshelves and they just so happen to be blurbed by the same favorite author. So I have 2 adult romances here. I have Business for Pleasure by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is actually the most recent book that I've purchased. I found it at HomeSense and it just seemed like something that I wanted to give a shot. Our main character is a ghostwriter and the little blurb at the top says a ghostwriter and a struggling actor help each other on the page and in the bedroom in this steamy romantic comedy. It's blurbed by Christina Lauren. It says an unputdownable sexy riot. It's also blurbed by Carly Fortune on the back, but I haven't actually read a Carly Fortune book, so we are definitely going off of the Christina Lauren blurb. So this is an option. I mean, look at me go. I could be reading a book right after buying it. That would be a miracle. But then we also have a book Boyfriend by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegmund Broca, also blurbed by Christina Lauren. So it says delicious friction and deft use of our most cherished tropes. This one says devoted fangirl meets hesitant fanboy in the swoony contemporary love letter to readers who adore a fantasy world. So these are different vibes, I would say. This one was on my TBR for this month, not from the TBR jar, I don't think. I think I just chose this for myself for the TBR, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to it. So I could read it. I do love Emily and Austin. They have some of my favorite books. I don't know, but this one is new and it's about a ghostwriter and I do love reading about writers. I think I'm gonna go with Book Boyfriend simply because it was already on my TBR. I honestly think this has been on my TBR for the last 2 months and I just haven't had the time to get to it. So I think I need to prioritize this one and hopefully get to it in May. I think that feels good. So we're picking a Book Boyfriend by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegmund Broca for blurbed by a favorite author. I feel good about that one, I think. Okay, third TBR jar prompt. Okay, what's calling to me? This. Oh, 2 just fell out. Pop that one back in because I was holding this one. Okay, this one is... Ooh, okay. So we have cover matches your outfit. So I'm currently wearing a purple cardigan, which actually matches the TBR prompts as well. Kind of cute of me. So yeah, just like a lilac purple cardigan. Also got a white cami underneath. So honestly, this book kind of matches, but it's not the right purple. Do I have any lilac books on the shelf? I don't know. I'm gonna take a look, pull some purple books off, and then we will, I guess, pick the one that matches the best to my cardigan. Maybe. Okay, I've pulled 3 options off of the shelf. There's one that I feel like is the closest that we might have to go with, which is kind of intimidating to me for some reason, but let's talk through them. So the first one is The Cartoonist Club by Raina Telgemeier and Scott McCloud. This is a like middle grade graphic novel that Scholastic sent to me recently, so thank you to them for sending this my way. It just seems like a cute like graphic novel about friends who form this cartoon club where they make comics and use their creativity and imagination for their own storytelling adventures. This one seems like a lot of fun, really cute. I have been loving a lot of Scholastic graphic novels recently, so this could very well be a good option, but the purple seems like a little bit too dark. It's not quite the right purple to match the cardigan. So while this would be like a really easy and quick read to add to the TBR, something that I can guarantee you get through, I don't know if this is the right one to pick. Then we have XOXO by Axio, and I really grabbed it because of the spine. The spine's really purple, but I don't think this is right either. This one I believe has something to do with like K-pop. Yeah, it says XOXO is a new romance that proves chasing your dreams doesn't have to mean sacrificing your heart. I do believe it has something to do with K-pop, but like I said, the purple just isn't fully matching. Now, the one that I do think matches perfectly is I Kiss Cheryl Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. Come on, that's like almost the exact same shade of purple. I don't know why I'm so intimidated by this book and by Casey McQuiston in general. I read Red, White, and Royal Blue when it came out. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like an ultimate favorite, but I did really love it. And I bought One Last Stop when it came out, and then just never got to it. It's been on so many TBRs and I've never read it. And then I wasn't gonna buy any more Casey McQuiston until I read One Last Stop, but then this one was 50% off at Barnes & Noble when I went one time, and it was the exclusive Barnes & Noble edition. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I have to go with this one. I don't know why I'm so like intimidated by reading more of their books. Like I don't know. I honestly don't even remember what this book's about. It says Chloe Green is so close to winning. She spent the 4 years since her mom's moved her from Southern California to Alabama for high school, dodging gossipy classmates and the puritanical administration of Willow Grove Christian Academy. The goal that's kept her going, winning valedictorian, her only rival, prom queen Cheryl Wheeler, the principal's perfect progeny. But a month before graduation, Shara kisses Chloe and vanishes. On a furious hunt for answers, Chloe discovers she's not the only one Shara kissed. There's also Smith, Shara's longtime quarterback sweetheart, and Rory, Shara's bad boy neighbor with a crush. The 3 have nothing in common except Shara and the annoyingly cryptic notes she left behind, but together they must untangle Shara's trail of clues to find her. It'll be worth it if Chloe can drag Shara back before graduation to beat her fair and square. Thrown into an unlikely alliance chasing a ghost through parties, break-ins, puzzles, and secrets revealed on monogram stationery, Chloe starts to suspect there might be more to the small town than she thought, and maybe, probably not, but maybe more to Shara too. Fierce, funny, and frank, Casey McQuiston's I Kissed Shara Wheeler is about breaking the rules, getting messy, and finding love in unexpected places. The end pages on this book are stunning. Beautiful. I don't know why, but I got the weirdest sense of deja vu when I was just reading that description. Like I had read this book before, but I know that I haven't. But I think there might have been another book that had like a semi-similar plot that maybe I read, but I swear I have not read this book. I don't know. But we're gonna read this one for Cover Matches Your Outfit, because honestly I don't think I have a book on the shelf that is a better purple color match than this one. So this is our third pick for the TBR jar. Number 4. Okay. I want to get a real good mix here. Okay, come on. So far we have like all romance books, 2 adult ones and 1 YA. So it would be nice to maybe get something a little bit different. Oh no. Kit, why would you suggest this one? Oh no, I can't. The book that I'm thinking of, that I think is gonna fit this, I don't think I want to read. No. Okay, the prompt is a book that has been on my shelf the longest. Kit sent this prompt to me immediately. I know what book I think's been on my TBR the longest, and I don't want to read it. I don't even know exactly when I bought this book, but I know it was a long time ago. Oh, there's no way there is something older than this on the shelf. The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. I said I wanted something different, and you know what? This is different. This is the book that I am probably the most intimidated to read on my bookcase. It is 1939, Nazi Germany. The country is holding its breath. Death has never been busier and will become busier still. So, I've never read this book, never watched the movie. I think I bought this book maybe in like 2015, 2016. Very beginning of my booktube channel. Everybody was like raving about this book, and I bought it because of the hype, not because I necessarily thought that it was the perfect book for me. I don't read a lot of books like this, and honestly this seems like a book that is going to take a lot out of me emotionally. And I don't know, it's also like quite chunky. Like, this is really the only option for this prompt. Like, I have to choose it. Will I actually get to it? I have no idea, because I'm so intimidated by this. But all I know is that Nazi Germany, I believe it's told in the perspective of death, like from the POV of death. Okay, well, guess we're adding this to the TBR. Don't know how I feel about that. And like I said, might not get read. This also does not feel like a good spring read. This feels like a book that you should read like in the fall or in the winter when it's cold and rainy, and not when flowers are blooming and birds are chirping and you're supposed to be reading happy books. Okay. Book number 4. Guys, I'm gonna be shocked if I come back to you next month and say that I read that book, because oh boy. I don't even know the last time that I put that on a TBR or made any attempt to read it, but it's one of those books I just can't seem to get rid of either, because it feels like a book that you should read. I don't know. Prompt number 5. Give me something a little bit easier here, I beg of you. Okay. We have a Canadian author. Okay, I have some options for this. So, most obviously, I picked 2 Ella Montgomery books. So I picked The Story Girl by Ella Montgomery, which is like the only novel by her that I own that I have not yet read. I don't even know what this is about, but it's by Ella Montgomery, and I am currently in an Ella Montgomery mood because I'm currently reading the Selected Journals of Ella Montgomery, volume 1, and I'm 133 pages into it, but I know that I'm not going to be able to finish this by the end of this month. It's just kind of something that I picked up the other day and was reading a little bit. It's one of those books where I just like read little chunks at a time, but I could pick this back up next month and finish it. Then we have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I also have The Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, but I mentioned in my last video that I'm waiting to read that when me and my mom hopefully go on our trip to a PEI. So that one staying on the shelf. But we have this one. Honestly, I don't know what this one is about. You and Me in 1 Year, Don't Let Me Down. Fern Brookbanks has wasted far too much of her adult life thinking about Will Baxter. She spent just 24 hours in her early 20s with the aggravatingly attractive and idealistic artist, a chance encounter that spiraled into a day-long adventure in the city. The timing was wrong, but their connection was undeniable. They shared every secret, every dream, and made a pact to meet again 1 year later. Fern showed up, Will didn't. At 32, Fern's life doesn't look at all how she once imagined it would. Instead of living in the city, Fern's back home running her mother's lakeside resort, something she vowed never to do. The place is in disarray, her ex-boyfriend is the manager, and Fern doesn't know where to begin. She needs a plan, a lifeline. To her surprise, it comes in the form of Will, who arrives 9 years late, suitcase in tow, and an offer to help on his lips. Will may be the only person who understands what Fern's going through, but how can she possibly trust this expensive suit-wearing mirage who seems nothing like the young man she met all those years ago? Will is hiding something, and Fern's not sure she wants to know what it is. But 10 years ago, Will Baxter rescued Fern. Can she do the same for him now? I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yep, because I'm already reading this. I don't need to add it to my TBR, and I also don't know if I'd be able to finish it anyways. This one, simply not in the mood to read a small little mass market paperback, and this is not the Ellen Montgomery book that I want to be reading right now anyways. This one, I want to read. I want to read this one. Absolutely. Oh my god, is it in a then and now timeline? Did I just see a now on the chapter? I did. Oh my god. Stop. Oh my god, yes. Then and now timeline? I'm sold. I'm sold. We're reading this one. A Canadian author. Where is Carly Fortune from? Toronto. Or at least she lives in Toronto. I don't know if she's from Toronto, but exciting. We love supporting Canadian authors. This one, adding to the TBR. Okay, let's pick the sixth and final prompt. Let it be a good one to end off this TBR. This one. Okay. We have a new to me author. Okay, I'm sure I have many options for this one. Just gotta pick which one I want to do. Do I want something different than what's on the TBR? Mainly romance books, one historical fiction. I think I want something different. Okay, so I grabbed 3 options. I feel like right now I'm leaning more towards one, but we have Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. This came out last year. I got an arc of it. 12 magical blessings, 12 days at sea, one chance to stop a killer and save the world. I don't know if I'm in the mood for like a sea fantasy. I don't know if that's the right way to describe this book. I don't know, but that is definitely an option. That's one of the first ones that I thought of for some reason when I thought of something that was a new to me author and something different than what's on the TBR. We also have The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. This is a thriller novel set at a writer's retreat, which I'm very curious by. Why is the font so freaking tiny? This one I am intrigued by, but I think I was potentially gonna buddy read this with Peyton because she also has it on her TBR. I don't know if I feel like doing a buddy read at the moment. The other option is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, and right now I'm kind of leaning towards this one because the sequel just came out. This one I've heard is like kind of similar to Caraval in a way. It says Phantasma only has 2 rules: stay alive and don't fall in love. When Ophelia discovers her mother brutally murdered, there is no time to grieve. She's inherited the family's fearsome magic and enormous debt. Circumstances go from dire to deadly. However, when Ophelia's sister decides to pay off the loan by entering Phantasma, a competition where contestants rarely escape alive and the victor is granted a single wish. The only way for Ophelia to save her sister is to win, but Phantasma is a cursed manor full of twisting corridors and lavish ballrooms, staffed by enticing demons and fatal temptations, and Ophelia must conquer all 9 floors to succeed if her fears don't overtake her first. When a charming, arrogant stranger claims he can help, Ophelia knows better than to trust him. But with her sister's life on the line, Ophelia can't afford to turn him away. She'll just need to ignore the overwhelming dark attraction drawing them closer and closer together, because in Phantasma, the only thing deadlier than losing the game is losing your heart. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one. I am kind of in the mood to fall into a new fantasy world, and since the sequel did just come out, I can try to get my hands on a copy right away. I think this is going to be the last book on this list for the new to me author, so let's do a quick recap and end this video. So this is the TBR, at least what we have physically. So we started off with a 2025 release, and for that we chose Friends with Benefits by Marissa Cantor. Then we have Blurbed by a Favorite Author, and for that I chose A Book Boyfriend by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegman Broca. Then we had a cover that matches your outfit. We chose I Kiss Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. Nervous about that one for some reason. Book that has been on your shelf the longest. The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. I have no idea if I'm gonna get to this one. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. Then we had a Canadian author. I chose Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. And obviously, finally, we had a new to me author, which I chose Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. This feels like an okay TBR. I'm feeling slightly better about it than I did last month. But honestly, let's make some predictions now. I don't think I'm gonna get to the Book Thief. I'm gonna try. But I don't think I'm going to. But I'm gonna try my best to at least get to everything else. I want to have a better success rate this month than I did last month. So this is my TBR for May. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know if you have read any of these books. I'd love to know your opinions, especially about The Book Thief. because I'm really nervous about it. Like, maybe tell me something to make me less intimidated, please. I'm so scared for that book. Also, let me know what's on your TBR for May. I would love to know what you guys are reading. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I will see you guys next time.